Excellent. And it looks like finally everything's running. Okay. Let chat catch up. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Yeah, I would have had it done a little sooner, but I didn't realize the update was going to be almost 2 gigs. It was 1.8. I thought it was only going to be like maybe 450, 500 megs. But yeah, they went above and beyond in making sure that my bandwidth took the biggest beating it could. So thank you, Bamco. I appreciate it. Now, as many of you are aware, as I can see here from the comments, we do have alternated parts in this gacha, which is also part of what was shown off during the video I did on Sunday. There we go. Sorry, I'm just moving all these windows around. Okay, there we go. So, as I was talking to Storm and Erks earlier, they were hanging out in the Discord. So I have the 3 suits. So I have the event, the 2 gacha suits, and the pilots. And then after that, I'm going to move over to the alternated versions of the parts. Now, I saw somebody in the chat mention that alternation is pretty much 7-star, which is more or less correct, because alternation adds a boatload of stats, a second trait to the part, which is, or upgrades the EX skill if there is one, and in general, it's just a flat boost. The only downside is the resources you have to invest into it, which are currently kind of gated, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to put on my glasses here so I can actually sit back and not angrily squint at things, and let's get cracking on the content, shall we? Solid all-rounder. Oh shit, no. Don't pinch my audio cable. Damn it, I need that. Okay, that's the best I'm going to get. Far enough. Audio's still broadcasting, right? Yes. Okay, excellent. So we're going to do as we always do, or I always do. We're going to start off with the welfare, and after the welfare is done, we'll switch over to the gacha pilots, and then we'll do alternation. So just a quick schedule for everyone. The crew's all here, huh? Yeah, the download is actually savage this time. When they said it was going to be relatively big, I didn't think much of it, and then it came out. Oh, a quick question here, actually. What did you guys think of the Halloween event? I thought it was actually really cool. All you had to do was slap Horror in as your pilot. You got a bunch of stuff for free, pretty much. It was like 5 energy a run, and I think it was really cool. I wish they had brought this out when the Full Armor Unicorn and the Banshee Norn were in there, so I could actually alternate the chests, but it's what it is. I altered a Haro and used 2 non-altered for 200. See, I totally would have done the same thing, except, like, it's just not worth the trade-off, in my opinion, because, like, the big one in that shop was the alternation tools, which you'd spend to max the Haro anyways, so it doesn't really, to me, it didn't make a lot of sense to do it that way, but you do you, mana. So, we'll start off with the GM Powered Cardigan, and let's just get cracking. Oh, stat distribution wise, 2550 shot attack. That's not too bad for a welfare, honestly, shot head. With power tribute, mid shot attack raised. Again, mid shot attack just refers to the distance you are when you are shooting, and to our knowledge, it only affects a normal attack. It doesn't affect EX skills. So, limited use. Limited use. Heavy armor, GM type. Those word tags are not very common, so this will be pretty useful for BT if you need extra parts to help kind of pad it out. The trait's okay at best, because it doesn't affect EX skills. It's not terribly useful, and the modifier's not really that high anyways. Stat-wise, it's ballpark, you know, what you'd expect for a welfare. So it's standard, how I'd put it. I can't get a BB badge to save my life. Yeah, have fun with the laps. That's all I'm going to say. Oh yeah, right, no, laps stopped, didn't it? That event ended, so just gonna have to wait for the next one. I really hope it's shot focused. That'd be nice, I could actually complete it. When armor is 60% or more, EX skill damage output boosted by 20. It's a flat number. Useless. Stat distribution wise, very high armor. That's cool. It does have higher than average shot attack, which I'm starting to see we're getting a lot of with the non-limited and welfare stuff, which is nice. So if you're looking for kind of a stat stick for a shot build, you know, throw this in the front. With heavy armor GM type, though, you are going to need a back slotted piece that has good word tags. And with the part trait itself also being bad, you're looking for a lot of checkboxes to be filled. But at least stat-wise for a shot build, this gives you a load of armor and higher than average shot attack than most parts. I don't like the way it looks personally, but you know, it's aesthetics. Whatever floats your boat, right? Arms. A lot of lag on the stream thanks to the DL. Well, I hope it's your end and not mine. I've had a lot of issues recently with the network. We've for some reason over the last couple of weeks, it's been very choppy, to put it nicely. We've had ups and downs. So if I suddenly disconnect during the stream, understand it's definitely the network. Anyways, arms. What are we looking at here? Wow. So stat-wise, this is a defensive part. Yeah. Heavy armor for computers. And a magazine with deep power. So EX skill is not going to be that great. Traits or tags, not that great. Stat-wise, it's a very defensive part. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do a ton for it. Even with a change gear at 30% on this, with 1,000 shot defense, that's roughly, what, 300 change shot attack being pushed onto 470, meaning it's still under 800. There are many better options in the pool. This is something that you would pick up just to complete the suit, in my opinion, as it doesn't really bring anything amazing to the table. Okay, Powered GM Cardigan legs. Oh, it's a leggy boy. With machine gun category equipped, shooting crit rate boosted. Shooting crit rate does affect EX skills. Unfortunately, with only a 17% mod, it's not extremely useful. Heavy armor for computer tag set, again, not that great. Stat-wise, again, not that great. Now, I guess one bonus here is with the shot defense at 1080, if you did put a 30 change gear on it, it would push the shot attack from 470 up to about, what, 800-ish, give or take? Just under? Which isn't too shabby for welfare legs. Unfortunately, as the word tags are mediocre and the EX or the trait is so bad, not bad, but not terribly useful tags and not a very useful trait. I don't know. You could use it as a stat stick, arguably in the front, much like the torso, but I just think it's a lot of boxes to fill, you know. Backpack, large rifle, DB. Alright, 6 seconds. So it's not going to be a cutscene. B power makes it hit okay. As for what it actually will do in combat, not sure. It's a physical shot. We don't have too many physical shot boosters. We do have a lot of beam boosters, though, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But anyways, stat distribution-wise, again, very high on the shot defense, pushing the backpack up to, again, just below 800. Heavy armor mid-range. At least it has mid-range this time, so at least it brings one heavy firepower pseudo-type to the mix, so that's okay. Now, you could make the argument that heavy armor boosting the entire suit by 5% would make it very viable. You may actually be right on that with this. As it is such a defense-oriented suit, you're looking to exchange a lot of the defense points over into the offensive side. However, as it is a welfare and the general stat pool is still lower than normal, you're still better off investing in the high rarity-based parts because, you know, no matter what, you're going to be spending a lot of capital, chips, and other things like that. You might as well put on parts that'll really give you the returns. Even with all three of these, 1,500, 23, 30%, that's 6, so let's round it to like 750, 10, 17, 80, so just below 1,800. That's not too bad for a back, absolutely capped out. But you'd really have to make up for the EX skill and the tags. I think there's better options, but it's not bad. Weapon-wise, 2059 melee. No. When one enemy shot down, reduce cooldown by 40% once. I've talked about this type of trigger many times. Just a quick recap in case this is your first video watching. I don't like this very much as its usage is limited to 3v3 arena and multi-missions that have more than one enemy. You should not ever need this kind of trait when you push into normal content. Maybe you might find some use for it in the labs, perhaps even Inferno difficulty, but frankly, it's just not really worth it in my opinion, because most of the time you blow your EX load and that's it. So heavy armor mid-range. So again, we see the mid-range tag, which is nice. Heavy armor, again, that's kind of a situational bit. Weapon. Beam machine gun, 3255 shots, what, 27, 26? When C powers over 150k, special shot crit rate boost. That's a very easy trigger to activate. However, special shot crit rate is not that great. It rhymed. Heavy armor mid-range. I've talked about that enough. It's a part. That's really it. And we have the second backpack, the Gatling cannon loadout instead of the heavy rifles. BD 6 seconds. Alright, so we're back to B power, non-cutscene type. And it's pretty much, it looks like the same stat distribution as its sibling. Okay. Really not much to say about it. Go see the other back piece for deets. Okay. Interesting. It's a very defense-oriented suit, something that you would have to invest in to change gears to really make any use out of. As for the investment side of it, you could probably get some decent numbers out of it after fully investing. However, it's a lot of parts to use, a lot of things to do, and you could probably still build something better without it. Plus, you're doing a lot of substitutions due to the word tags being mostly subpar, or not really mainstream, I guess. And most of the traits and EX skills are something you'd have to replace anyways. So, as an aesthetic suit, you could definitely get away with this. As a anything else suit, you could probably get away with stat stick on a couple of them, but I don't know, I think there's better options just to make your life easier building a part with the sub-slotting system. So, up to you, obviously. Item-wise, what are we looking at here? We have the power tags, high firepower, GM type, high mobility, support type, and 4 base. That's a very interesting selection, actually. As you can see, I have 0 high mobility, so I'm looking forward to milking that one out. Well, the premium capsule stuff came back, that's right. Alright, well that's pretty straightforward. That's a very neat event suit. On to the gacha. Isn't Inferno difficulty easier if you have a Gundam that about 1 million plus C power? Well, like, sure, everything's easier when you have enough damage numbers, but don't forget, the way that they've been tackling the Inferno difficulty, at least before they stopped supplying them, was they kept doing like the skill hack and the switch and things like that to mix it up a little. Typically, you only need about 25k plus on your primary offensive stat to be able to reliably clear an Inferno. And I say reliably as in you can do it. Whether or not it's easy is a whole nother argument altogether. So, 1 million's kind of overkill, but you could definitely clear it with that. So, it's definitely going to need those. I'm definitely going to need those chips. Yeah, no, it's a good chip selection. I did see somebody ask if I was going to roll for the Tallgeese. I don't know. I haven't seen the Tallgeese specs. I haven't seen the Red Dragon specs. However, I do see right at the very top the 1 round only guaranteed special. So what's that say on there? On your first roll, you get a 3-star or higher guaranteed, so standard. And then the second one, 3-star or higher, standard. And the third step, 1 5-star. Nice. Get Awakening Circuit and Awakening... Okay, so 1 for pilots and 1 for parts. And 1 5-star pickup part guaranteed. You can also get 2XL badges for the Gunpla. So, if you're thinking of rolling it all on this festival, I 100% guarantee rolling that first one will give you the best returns as your guaranteed a part. However, the flip side to all of this is, for people that are not really sure whether or not they want to roll, this might be, if you have an excess of Haro, which not a lot of people have, rolling this banner to get the multiplier would probably help you out a lot. Single part's what, 700% or something like that? Where's the GBGW news? Because I can't remember off the top of my head if this was a 700% modifier type event. Yeah, it is. So per part, you get 700% modifier. So for 3 rolls, you get your 700%, which is quite nice. Now, what's this other one down here? 1 4-star or higher part guaranteed encapsulates 10x. Okay, right. Yeah, no, don't mind me, I'm stupid. So step 1 and 2 on the guaranteed 1 round banner does not guarantee you a 4-star or higher, but you're doing 4,500 hardships to guarantee a 5-star. Whereas on the other 2 banners, you're rolling 1,500 per go, and you're crossing your fingers and hoping. Now, 71% is an amazing number. Like, frankly, those are ridiculously high rates. Granted, the context is different than most other mobile games where you're only looking for one thing, not 5 to 7 or 8. So the 71% is nice. It does give you that kind of comfy guarantee. But oh, hey, Suki is here. Perfect. You guys have probably seen his gacha rolls. 71% means nothing. I would highly recommend rolling the guaranteed if you are going to roll it all, as that way you know 4,500 is going to net you at minimum the 700% modifier, and yeah, I can't say that's a bad thing at all. So anyways, let's actually look at the suits now and stop rambling. We'll start with the red dragon, as it's right at the top, and I'm lazy. Alright, drag head. 12 seconds, awakening type, 20% speed boost, melee attack 39% boost, close combat, high mobility, 3661. Alright, so we're looking at kind of average shot attack actually for a 4-star head, which is different because it is a close combat type, and we are looking at much higher than average melee attack. This actually looks almost like the Denial in terms of specs, which is really nice. The drag head as well, you get a really nice speed boost and a melee attack boost. I'm actually pretty sure this is the Denial head all over again, just in a different skin. It does come with close combat and high mobility, both of which are pretty useful. Close combat for sure. High mobility is build dependent. So, but yeah. Nice head. One thing to say about Bandai, they give good head. Alright, let's keep going. With technique attribute, Buffy X skill up effect 22%. I've talked about Buffy X skill up before. Not really. It depends on how you feel about it. Frankly, to me, I don't like it. I think that could be used much better, like just a melee boost or something like that. Give yourself a percentile boost to your outgoing damage instead of, increasing your buff effect. So, are these Sokai parts? No, they are a battle festival. They're limited, just like a Sokai, but they're not Sokai technically. Okay. Torso. Wow, that is really high melee attack and much higher than average shot attack. Close combat, high mobility again. So see the previous part for details on the word tags. The part trait I don't think is that great, but again, it's player to player. Some people do rely on their buffs to really do their damage, so there you go. And spec-wise, I have no complaints. Very high armor, very high offensive stats, and very high defensive specs as well. So this really pushes the part quite high up there. The arms. Before 60 seconds pass, melee power boosted by 30%. Okay, really good for burst type comps. Arm-wise, wow, those are some beefy specs. That's like, what, 3,700 or something before modifiers? Shot attack is also really high for arms, and again, the defensive stats will really push it up with, wow. So far, the Red Dragon's looking very spiffy. I like it. It's definitely bringing the stats to the table. It has close combat. High mobility, as I've said, is really build-dependent, but, yeah. So far, it's pretty solid. Legs. Bisect. Our old friend. Squad recovers 48% of maximum armor, raise melee attack of squad, AD. Isn't that literally like normal stray leg bisect? I'm pretty sure it's the exact same skill. Stat distribution wise, very high melee attack. Shot attack is okay. Definitely higher than average though, so I'm gonna give it points there. Pro tag and close combat. So we see the combination of the two best melee word tags. Nice. Those legs are pretty friggin' solid. Pretty friggin' solid. Sokai tier parts. Well, it is a battle festival. They are still limited, just under a different name. I find it kind of weird that they have a Sokai festival and a battle, like a Gundam festival, and they're separating them, even though in terms of mechanics, they work the exact same. But that's how they decided to approach it, so it is what it is. But just talking purely about the way they worded it, these aren't Sokai, these are battle festival. But it's also really weird because when we get Sokai Revival banners, these are added in too. I don't know. Okay, anyways, moving on here. Where did we stop? We stopped on the legs. Right, I was talking about bisect being silly. Ooh, wow, I'm looking forward to looking at the rest of this thing. Hoo hoo hoo. Right, okay. Backpack. Calvic and Red Impact. AD. Cutscene skill. Squad recovers armor. Raise melee attack. Okay, so it's bisect on a different part. Stat distribution wise, like everything else, over the top. Close combat pro tag, again bringing the two best tags you could ask for. So the legs and the back are really packing the heat here with the best tags you could want, amazing stats, and great EX skills. Nice. Zukia, man, I feel so sorry for you right now. Alright, weapon. Ho ho ho. 5318 melee attack, that's 47 raw? Can't be right. It's ridiculous. That completely eclipses everything else. Well, I guess it makes sense. Power creep. Close combat pro tag. Other than that, really nothing to speak of. Part trait initial EX skill charge boost. So, we're looking at arguably one of the best traits you could ask for, because technique is very easy to activate on melee suits, and you get an initial EX skill charge, so you can just blow off your EX cutscene super quick. You have the two best word tags for melee suits, and you have like the best melee attack in the game. So, yeah, okay. Moving on. The Naginata version. What are we looking at here? Same stats. Same stats. Close combat, high mobility. When in close combat, EX skill power boost. So this is the exchangeover. If you're looking for EX power instead of initial EX cooldown for whatever reason, perhaps you have enough initial EX cooldown on other parts, or perhaps you just want to hit really hard with a single skill. This is going to be your ticket. It does have close combat, high mobility instead of pro tag, so it's just slightly lesser than its counterpart, but it still boasts very high stats, and in general, it's a very healthy looking part. Red Dragon is kind of looking pretty top tier, you are right. Alright, and the weapon. Shot attack, 4600, so that's going to push 39? 4-1? 39? 4? 4, I'm pretty sure. Has a little bit of melee attack on it, which makes sense. It's a glorified sword. Close combat pro tag, that's nice. When one enemy shot down, recruits cooldown 50% once. So if you're going to put this onto a shot machine, you're going to have to completely replace the word tags. You're going to have to, well, that's pretty much it. It has decent enough shot attack to be a front piece. If you lack anything else. The trait can be useful, again, depending on the way that you've done your suit and stuff. I think it could easily be replaced with something much better, because you just have to shoot something down. So 1v1 arena, it's off the table. Multi-missions with one enemy, it's off the table. Anything with one enemy, it's completely off the table, making it useless, which kind of waters down its overall value, in my opinion. So for a melee build, you're looking at a very nice part, whether front or sub. It brings your melee attack, it brings your tags. You just have to do something with the trait, not hard. So yeah, honestly, I like this gun, frankly, for melee builds. Not so much for shot, because you have to do a lot of stuff with the sub slot to really make it work, or maybe even front slot, and then this would be completely useless. But for melee builds, this is quite nice, which makes sense. It's a melee oriented suit. So overall, looking at the Astray Red Dragon, it's great. I can't wait to look at the alternated parts and just kind of die on the inside, because the full armor unicorn's been power crept after 2 weeks. Moving on. The Tallgeese III. Archer's Stance. I can't remember. That's a Gamma? Pretty sure it's a Gamma. Anyways, raise shot attack your squad by 39%. So this is another Dynamy's Head. Yeah, Archer Stance, Dynamy's Head. 4508 shot attack, 719 melee attack. So you're looking at slightly higher than average melee attack, much higher than average shot attack. Nice. Comes with arguably the best buff type skill for shot type machines. High firepower, high mobility. High firepower is the close combat of shot builds, so that's kind of great. High mobility, I'm kind of on the fence about. Unless I'm mistaken, I think it's the Kyrios back that requires high mobility to activate. No, it's Transformer. There's something in the shot category that requires high mobility to activate a really nice trait, so use it as a trigger. Thing is, though, I would much prefer it was in the ace exclusive category, as it was piloted by an ace, so it's just odd to me that they decided to cut it out. We might see it on other parts, so you might want to replace the one word tag on this with something else, but this could definitely go in the front slot. Definitely in the punching category here. Does mucho damage, yes. Oh, it only has 6 parts. Got cheated. Stat distribution wise, on the torso, slightly higher than average melee, decently higher than average shot attack. Good armor with power attribute, shooting power boosted. Very easy to get power attribute on a shot machine, and shooting power affects anything that is shot, whether it is your main weapon, so automatic attack, special shots, whatever. Whether it's EX skills, as long as it falls into beam or physical, all that gets affected. So that's pretty nice, actually. However, it is a Battle Festival part. It's going to be pretty difficult to get the full 30% mod. You're most likely going to be stuck at 17, maybe like 19 if you're really lucky and roll a dupe. Tags, high firepower, high mobility. So again, you could definitely run this in the front. It does have stats, and you'd have high firepower and a decent trait. You would just maybe want to swap out high mobility for ace exclusive on a back piece, but up to you. The arms integrated, much like its former selves. 4178 melee attack, 2248 shot attack. So that's to be expected, as it is an integrated part. It's going to have much higher stats in general. Now here's the thing. That shot defense is stupid high. 4179. You take that, you take the 30% of that, you add it to the 2200, you're looking at stupid numbers. What, 30% of 4K? 12, 14... It's like 1400 or something like that, a little less. Yeah, it's a little less than 1400. So this part has pretty much like 37-ish hundred shot attack just from that alone, which is really good. And it has decent enough melee attack considering it's an integrated part. Overall, very nice stat-wise. EX skill, what do we got? What do we got? Cutscene, A power, nice. Shot attack, your squad is raised. Shot defense, your squad is raised. And speed of your squad is raised. So the shot attack is a 29% of a 39%, so it's going to take a slight hit. Shot defense boost is nice. Could be better, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe a heal, wink wink, nudge nudge. High firepower, ace exclusive, there it is. And because it is an integrated part, it actually grants 2 of each. So yeah, I guess that kind of makes up for it at the end of the day. Overall, very nice part. Definitely brings a lot to the table. So what I'm gonna do, I was thinking of getting a water, but you know, I might as well finish this, get good grade room for the alternation. I'll finish this, and then when I go to do the alternated parts, I'm gonna go grab a water. Oh, it's freaking hot in here. Okay. What have we got? We have done up to the integrated arms. Let's bop onto the legs, I guess. What is this game about? How to explain that, really? Oh, the screen died? Damn it. Hold on a sec here. Where did I... Oh, there it is. Anyways, what's the game about? Somebody asked. You build a machine, you take it to combat, and you beat the crap out of everything in front of you and watch them blow up into pretty colors. If you're into machines, mecha, definitely try the game out. It is free to play, so you might as well download and give it a run. If you're not really into mechas and you're kind of on the fence about it, I would highly recommend still trying it out. For beginners, there's a lot of advantages to the game, especially the re-rolling, especially now with this banner that's up. So if you're brand new and you just want to try it out, go for it. You'll find yourself doing pretty well. When armor is 60% or more, EX skill CD reduced by 20. That's actually pretty good. That's a very easy to activate trait trigger. And the fact that it just reduces your EX skill cooldowns by 20%, That's actually a really nice trait. Okay. Okay, I got my eyes on you. Stat distribution wise, we're looking at just slightly higher than average melee attack, relatively higher than average shot attack. Defense wise, quite looking nice, good mods, so push up to well over 1.2k after change gear. Traits ace exclusive high firepower, so you're looking at an amazing trait that's very easy to activate. Great word tags, decent stat, well not decent, good stats. I'm not going to say decent, they are good. Okay. Man, I wish I had Haro. I'm looking at this Tallgeese, like I kind of want it now, you know? A couple of these parts are actually pretty good. With long rifle category equipped, shooting power boosted. Very easy to get your hands on a long rifle, there's a lot of them in the pool. However, right now the best parts are mostly beam rifles, primarily because the Sokai suits so far have all been beam rifles. So they're all the ones that have the stupidly high stats and bring all the really cool shit to the table. So I hope the Tallgeese has a rifle. Moving on. Stat distribution wise on the backpack, we're looking at 917 shot attack, 809 melee, so higher than average on both fronts. High firepower, high mobility. Goodbye ace exclusive, we hardly knew ye. I find it weird that the cannon's not a cutscene EX skill on the back. Okay. So for this part, you could definitely run it as a front piece. It does have very nice mods stat-wise on it. The trait, not terribly difficult to activate as long as you have a good long rifle. You could definitely make it work. As for the tags, you'd probably want to swap out high mobility with ace exclusive. So this is overall a pretty good part, all things considered. Nothing like the legs, though. Nothing like the legs. Alright, and we do have the Mega Cannon, 5520. There we go. As they say, that is the money shot. Melee damage raised 10%, EX skill power boosted. In case you forgot, because it looks like they still have not fixed the wording on this, which is driving me up the wall. When it says melee damage raised by 10%, that is a demerit. You are taking 10% more damage. Remember, when it comes to EX or traits like this, the top line is always going to be a trigger, and it is always going to be a demerit if it has any kind of text like this in it. It's never good for you. The bottom one is what it does for you. This is the positive. So it's just an easy way to remember. You don't get bamboozled by, I'm not going to say bad translation, because, you know, your melee damage is raised. It's just melee damage taken is raised by 10%. Anyways, nice trait. You don't really care too much about the melee damage boost, as you should not be getting hit anyways as a ranged type, and the EX skill power boost is quite healthy. Stat-wise, you're looking at 5520 shot attack, that's 4948 around there, which is really high, practically ceiling, if not past the ceiling for what we have. High firepower, ace exclusive. Great trait, best tags, amazing stats. Mwah! We're looking at an amazing suit in general. So, yeah. Just making our glass cannons into waffle cone fragility. Hey man, you know what? It works. Because they can't hit you. They can't hit you if they're dead. So, both of these Sokai suits are already amazing. The Red Dragon brings tons of utility through its traits and its amazing EX skills on the back of the legs. Its weapon selection is just fantastic. It's still not as good as the Gerber Straight Tiger Pierce, I don't think. Maybe? Potentially? Maybe the weapon. Let me check. Let's check the primary sword. Close combat pro tag with technique initial EX skill charge boost. Yeah, no, it's a better Gerber Straight, isn't it? The problem is, though, it's going to be very difficult to get this to EX10, whereas the Gerber Straight Tiger Pierce is in the 4-star select pool, meaning you don't have to roll Haro chips to get it. So, pretty sweet. Wing Zero Endless Waltz is not happy about this. Hey man, don't worry. When it gets its alternation in like 2 2 weeks, it's gonna be the top tier. Or they may just say, screw it, we're gonna give you the Wing Zero Snow Prelude version with alternation, and it's gonna have 10k shot attack on the head. I swear to God, if that actually happens, I'm uninstalling and never playing this game again. Alright, moving on. Oops, one button too many. We're going to look at the gacha pilots now, and when that's over, we're going to take a look at the alternation stuff. Storm, buddy, I'm still looking at the gacha. Stop screaming, wait until I'm done, and then I'll happily go look at the blueprints. Alright, Illia Pazom, what do we got? Wow. Okay, so stat distribution-wise for a mid-shooter? No, miss me with that. That's, like, what, 620 or something? It's not really. With technique attribute, Vernier consumption reduced. Wow. Xeon, how did you get ace exclusive? Oh, right. It's the same as the Mere Campbell joke. She's ace exclusive. Insert eyebrow wiggles. Like literally the only thing you're going to use this pilot for is the ace exclusive in the back line. There's no other reason to ever use this pilot for something. Maybe the Xeon tag, but... Okay. And let's take a look at Odel. I wonder if he yodels. Melee attack, 2265. That's very healthy melee attack, all things considered. While high firepower initial EX skill charge boosted. Well, since it's very easy to get pilots in comparison to parts, and the pool's only so big, that's not that bad. If you missed out on Doman, perhaps thinking about getting him all capped out may be a good idea. It's very easy to get high firepower on a melee suit, especially these days, and he comes with Protag high firepower, so yeah. Good job, Odel. You're actually pretty good. Proud of you. Okay. Now, before I go look at the alternate parts, I'm going to go look at the blueprint shop, because I don't want to see people all capsing me. You're on payroll. Alright, so what did they say? Go to the blueprints gear. Blueprints gear. Let me guess. Yeah. Okay. Alright, guys. Well, y'all know what you have to grind up. Parameter gear. It never ends, Bamco. It never ends. Okay, well, you guys all know what you need to do now, right? Oh, hey, sweet. I could actually make one of these if I had the parameter gears. What about shot attack? I need one more. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I know what I'm crafting. At least it's a lot easier now with the scrap system they've implemented. And I have like 100,000 friend points I need to burn through, so I should be able to do this without much difficulty. Yeah. Okay. Well, very interesting. What's in the event blueprint shop? Might as well check while I'm here. So we got the Astray blue frame, GPO3, and the Astaroth. One thing I will point out here, the Astaroth head has Protag in close combat, so if you're lacking a suit with the right tags for your melee build, you may want to think about grabbing this. Up to you, it just does come with Protag in close combat, which is really all you can ask for in a melee head. Anyways, let's see, we got the Ryusei Go, the Virtue, yeah, same as last week. Okay. Okay, well, let's go look at alternation now. I'm just not gonna like this. I like Cardigan, but nobody likes Fumina. Well, hey, you know what? If they did like her, that's jail time. My sister watched your video even though she didn't play the game. She told me that you reminds her of Leonardo DiCaprio. That's like 3 of these videos in a row now. Do I need to get a shirt? I am not Leonardo DiCaprio. Anyways, let's take a look at... God damn it. Fat finger the damn thing. Okay. Are you pulling for Astray? No, look at my horror chips. I got none. Just gonna stay that way. Oh, is it the same guy? I didn't pay attention to the person that said it last time because I was in such a rush to go through stuff. Okay. So, as was mentioned, these are practically the 7-star parts of the game, and you can see that very easily. Just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers. I really don't need to say anything else. D-Drag Head, 49%, 2019. Okay, yeah, so typical boost on that. Are the pink chest gears in the blueprint shop a new thing? No, they're a new thing. Just added with this patch. I don't even think they're available yet. A lot like the change gears, the green ones that we currently have access. They skipped the blue ones. I just realized that. They just went from green to purple. Anyways, the green ones were shown in the shop there as kind of a tease, and we got a couple of them trickled into us through the next login bonuses and stuff. And a couple of weeks, into I think about a month after it was shown in the shop, they started becoming purchasable and exchangeable in the shop in small quantities. So I expect much the same to happen here. Torso, what do we got? Okay, with blade category, buffet. So the second trait that gets added, as you can see, is a melee power boost with blade category. And as I've just said, the blade on this machine is effectively top tier. The only reason the Gerber Stray Tiger Pierce is better, the sole reason the Gerber Stray Tiger Pierce is better, is because you can exchange for it with 4-star pick tickets. Therefore, you can get it to EX10 extremely easily. That's the only advantage that it has over the Red Frame Dragon Sword, which I think is going to be blown out the window when I go to look at its alternated form. So anyways, moving on. Before 60 seconds pass, melee power boosted, and melee power boosted further if your technique. I want to keep a tally here, guys. If somebody wants to count for me. So let's go back to the torso, and what we're going to do is we're going to count how many melee boosts this suit gets. We have 35% with blade equipped. Okay, so that's 35% if you have a blade. Okay. Then you have another 30% within the first minute. We're at, 65%. And then, with technique attribute, melee power boosted by another 35%. That pushes us up to 100%. This is all passive, mind you. In the first 60 seconds of combat, as long as you have a blade equipped and your machine is technique, you have a 100% melee boost, purely passively. Okay, and you know what? While we're here, let's look at the sword, just to get this out of the way. And if you're infighter, you get another 35%, so we're at 135% right now. This is some big brain. And yeah, okay. I'm not even going to look at it, I just want to look at the total melee boost we get from this. And an EX skill power. So we're looking at 135% melee boost within the first 60 seconds, as long as your pilot is an infighter, you're using a blade weapon, and your suit is technique. All very easy tick boxes to make. Okay. Back we go. So the torso is amazing, obviously it alternates. The trait here, 35% boost on the arms. Again, you know, just an amazing part to upgrade. And it also helps that it gives you almost 8.5k melee attack. This is just fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I would arguably say so far the arms are the best return because it just gives stupid stats because it's melee arms, which means it's going to be very high to start with. And further, it has 2 very powerful traits attached to it. Legs. Bisect, up to S, as expected, 39% melee attack, 48% heal. Heal has not changed, but the damage definitely has. Backpack, same dealio. Come on, you can do it, little guy. Backpack is the same dealio. Yeah, there's no point even looking at anything else other than what extra trait gets added to these things, frankly. What are you looking at stat-wise? Wow. You know, it actually broke 10k. Wow. Gerber Straight Tiger Pierce. Sayonara, sucker. Revolting. You know what the worst part is? If you already have an EX10 Gerber Straight Tiger Pierce, all you have to do is backslot it onto the Kalvik. That's all you have to do. Because now you get the 20% carryover, as well as the, 5% from the EX skill? So 25% stat carryover from its, 6.6k cap or something like that. So this sword can actually go up to past 12k. You have a 12k plus melee weapon right there. Okay. I give it about a month, and we're going to see suits running 80k. Oh yeah, right. Weapon type. Weapon type. That's fine though. We have other alternatives, don't we? The Destiny... No, Excalibur. Was Excalibur any good? Can't remember anymore. There's so many parts added into this game. End of the day. Thing's stupid. You know what'd be even scarier? A Mega Whale that actually managed to get 2 of these weapons, alternate both of them, and got them both to level 99. That would actually be the most terrifying thing I think I've ever seen in this game, because that would be like a 15k weapon. No, it's 40% carryover. 14 change k weapon. Do we exist just to suffer, gentlemen? Anyways, moving on. Let's look at the dual blade. What do we get from this? Well, close combat EX skill power boost and enemy melee power reduced. Wow. They immediately made this a terrible investment. I'm honestly a little surprised. Breath of fresh air though. Also breaks 10k, but it doesn't matter. Second trait's kinda not great. Okay. I'm was kind of in awe at the size of this lad. Alright, gun. Yeah, and the leg part EX skill power. So, in order of operations here, and of course I fat fingered the bat button again, for the red dragon to alternate, my personal opinion, I would say sword, because of its ridiculous stats, purely because of the stats, frankly, and it brings great traits as well. The second part is going to be the legs. Brass rank bisect. Bisect's already still top tier, so why not make it top tier? And lastly, I would argue that the gun would be really nice to get for a melee suit, as it boosts the leg EX skill. Which, you take an S skill and you boost it further, you're hitting normally you'd hit like a truck with bisect, then 3 trucks with an S rank, so you're, I don't know, too many trucks to count, I don't got enough fingies. So, yeah, that's my personal order of operations here, looking at all the parts. The arms are an amazing part, don't get me wrong, but I think the sword wins out purely because of the fact that it has 2 amazing traits, plus ridiculously high raw stats. So, is there an alternation banner? Yes, as all these limited time suits have, there's an alternation banner. The only time to get the badges required to alternate these parts. If you mean a banner in which to get the alternation tools, you are SOL for now, my friend. Let's look at the Tallgeese. Archer stance plus 49% shot attack boost. Yeah, bog standard boost to it. 4810 shot attack, boosting to 8.6k. Not terrible, high firepower, high mobility. Actually, I'm really curious, does the rifle break 10k? It does, by a larger margin than the sword. I'm actually quite surprised by this. And it gets, wow. Okay, we're gonna get back to that. Whew, bit to unpack on that. It's like a colony, yeah. With power attribute, shooting power boost, and when enemy shot down, shooting power boost, I feel like that is a waste of a second trait. I think that activation trigger immediately does a lot of damage to the suit's overall worth, especially in 1v1 arena and certain multi-missions. But if you do activate that trigger, it does make it a very powerful part. So, stat-wise, really nothing to write home about. It is an alternated part. It's obviously going to have extremely high stats. Nothing else to see here. Move along, citizen. Arms. And here we have our Mega Cannon, S rank, cutscene, and yeah, everything got boosted. 39% shot attack boost, nice. Stat distribution wise, stupidly high. Almost 10k melee attack on the arms. What? What? So between just the red frame, red dragon, and this suit, we could make like a theoretical like 35k. That is 4 parts out of 8, and we're already at 35k with no word tags, no subslotting. What the fuck? What the fuck? If you didn't understand, that's an amazing part. I'm just gonna literally lay it out. That's a top tier. Arm part EX, yeah, okay, yeah. Really easy to activate. First trigger, arm parts EX skill power boosted. Wow. I believe the full armor unicorn, no, was it the Banshee that got the same one on the backpack? So you could really do some stupid stuff with this. If you have the parts, you could do some seriously stupid crap with this. Okay. Wow, surprisingly, the stat distribution on the legs is not jaw-dropping. It's still very good, but it's not as good as its 2k plus counterparts. High fire parry, it's an amazing part. It's a 7-star part in the game with stupidly high stats. I don't really know how else to explain this. With long rifle category equipped, shooting power boosted, beam range weapon magazine boost. Wow, again, they've just looked at the back part and said, no, you'll get nothing. Cool. Stat distribution wise, again, sub 2k, so still very good, but not terribly amazing. The second trait, I feel, is just kind of a waste, frankly, because you would be building for EX skill, not so much for the beam magazine. Like, I guess if you're using the crossbow torso, because that technically counts as a beam ranged weapon, so it's still just not. No. It totally should have been like boost shooting power further for the first like 60 seconds or something. What we'll do, because I saw somebody just ask about, yeah, it was Spectres, the charge shot a large bolt. Once I'm done looking at the alternate parts, which I'm one away from, I'll grab the Twitter videos and we can watch those to see exactly what they do. And the beam rifle. So we pushed 10k on this. What do we got? EX skill power boost and beam shooting power boost. Yeah. So if you can get your hands on the Mega Cannon, you're laughing all the way to the bank. Highest shot stats in the game when alternated. Shouldn't be surprising. The 2 best word tags you could ask for a shooter. And the traits are friggin' amazing. You get a flat EX skill power boost to everything, just for taking 10% extra melee damage, whoop-de-doo. And when attacking with beam, your shooting power is boosted. Because the majority of the high damage cutscene, EX skills your beam, and there's the crossbow chest, this is a huge boost. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Both of these are just great, frankly. But yeah, whoever said that they're 7-star parts is quite right. That's effectively what's this turned into. You roll for a 5-star, you tune it up to a 6-star, and then you alternate it to a 7-star. That's the new progression process, so prepare, I guess. There are more new alteration parts in the permanent section. Oh lordy, give me a break. What got alternated today? Oh, the blue frame. The O? The hell is the O doing here? Start with the blue frame. I have to do 7 suits today, guys. Is that bed behind me? I want to go sleep. Spare me. Eagle Stellan. Oh right, yeah. They added the chance of piercing super armor with multiple hits. That's right. Wow, shot attack is still like. Yeah, no, even alternated, its shot attack is still lower. Actually, I should say, it is just better than some welfare suits when alternated. Really? So we're looking at a very subpar EX skill, even with the rebalance. We're looking at stats that can barely rival a welfare offensively. Defensively, though, it definitely has a leg up, but glass cannons, man's where it's at. Mid-range 4 Tundra, very not useful tags. Moving on. Torso. Right, it's a torso that has actually 0 shot attack. Stat distribution wise, we're looking at just higher than average melee attack, which is really weird considering it is a alternated part. Defense wise though, it has stupid high shot defense. That's where it's all going to come from. So if you have a 30% change gear on this, you're looking at about, what, 1k shot attack on the torso when alternated. Not bad. Not great. I think those tools can be better invested elsewhere. Mid-range and 4 Tundra again, and offense hack, 39% reduction. Not really feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Maybe on a support suit, but would you really want to waste alternation resources right now on a support type suit? Personally, I wouldn't, but each to their own. Okay. And defense reductions. Stat distribution, about 1600 shot attack on the arms when alternated. Not bad, not great. Again, I don't think it's worth the investment of the really limited alternation tools that we currently have. Got to be really selective with those. Again, the word tag's not that great. Strike freedom alternate. Well, yeah, but we got to wait for that, right? Oh, speed, attribute self, EX skill piercing, boost when armor 60% more mid-shot attack. Earlier in this video, talked about why mid-shot attack raise is not really a big honkin' deal, and here it comes again as the alternate unlock. Stat distribution wise, we're looking at just over 1k. Shot attack is 5.5, 30%, 13? 13? No, 16. Yeah, about 16, 15, 15.5, around there. So 2600-ish shot attack, I'm going to ballpark. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, for an alternated part, I'm going to say that's really good considering its rarity. God damn it. So that's going to be something that you're going to want to use on a frontline part for a shot build, because it brings amazing shot attack to the table. Beyond that, the tags mid-range Gundam type, like maybe you can make something out of mid-range. Not so much well, maybe Gundam type 2, I guess, depends on how you've done your build. But the trait's a complete write-off. Both of them. This is some wanky shit, man. They on new battle circuit. Alright, I'll go look at that too when I'm done this. It never ends with you people. It never ends. Serpent Bite, B+, B+. Alright, so what's the point? Mid-range Gundam type, stat distribution wise, see the legs for details. You're looking at stupidly high defense to modify the stat distribution, so very healthy on that too. Again, this may be something you want to frontline for the stats, however you are going to want to swap out pretty much the word tags and the trait, again depending on build. Is it worth spending the alternation parts on this? I don't know. It really depends on what you have available. For stat sticks, these are very easy to obtain as they're not limited, so you can really take your time leisurely getting them. And because you can still upgrade them and increase their EX level even after you've alternated them, they won't be very hard to get to level 99 to really reap the benefits of the full stat pool. However, something to remember is by the time you do that, better parts may have already entered the game. So when it comes to limited resources like the alternation tools and things like that, do be careful about using them willy-nilly because it would give you a short boost now. In the long term, you'll probably suffer a lot from it. Okay. And the anti-beam shield. God, am I thirsty. Middle shooter job, enemy shooting power reduced, while mid-range buff EX skill up. Okay, well, I've talked about buff EX skills in the past. You guys know how I feel. Stat distribution-wise, with a change gear, it's about 1,000 change shot attack, 850 or so melee defense, so melee attack. Okay. And when alternated, 30%, 2k shot attack, 16, 17, about 1700 defense. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Oh wait, oh there's horror all the way down there. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Theo. Okay. Thinking about the entire Astray blue frame in a nutshell, as it is very easy to obtain all the parts as they are from the 4-star pick ticket pool. It's in the permanent section. It's not bad. A lot of the parts can be front runners for stats, but that's pretty much it. A lot of the traits are so-so at best. A lot of the EX skills are so-so at best. And the word tag selection's just not really there. So you'd have to do a lot of legwork to make sure that the suit really worked together. You do have mid-range on it though, which is a high firepower type. So you'd only really need to get, ace exclusive and maybe one other type in there to really benefit from the shop stats that suit brings. So it's definitely serviceable. I personally don't think it's worth the alternation tools though. I highly, highly recommend waiting until you can roll on a Sokai or Battle Festival with alternation that you really, really want and you have enough tools for, and going for that. That seems to yield the best results, as we've seen with the Red Dragon and the Tallgeese. You do you though, I'm just giving you my opinion. Okay, let's go on to the O. Yeah, the suit saw no action when it came out. Okay. Holy crap. I don't think this game's gonna let you sleep. I know, right? Let's catch up to chat here. For non-limited power, don't let him sleep or drink. Screw you, Blaster. That's all I have to say. No sleep till Brooklyn. Oh boy. Okay. I've caught up. Really nothing interesting on there. I may have missed chat though. With technique attribute self, close shot attack raised by 20%. I talked about this when the O originally came out, and I talked about it just a short while ago with the mid shot attack. It's not really that useful as its limits are very defined. Like parts EX skill power boosted. Okay. Why? Why is it always the legs? Are you playing Genshin tomorrow or later? Neither. I'm actually, when this is done, gonna crawl into bed and sleep. The only thing I have to do on Genshin is burn 40 resin. That's all I have to do today. I've done everything else. I actually did that in Discord earlier. If you want to see me playing random games and stuff like that during the day, if you have time, join the Discord. Links in the description. During the day and whatnot, I will be in the Discord in the voice chat, talking, playing games and stuff like that outside of the streaming that I do on here in the long form videos. So I need to pick back up the normal evening stream for games, but I'm still kind of I'm just sorting stuff out with all the games I have on my plate right now so I can kind of focus on something, you know? Anyways, high mobility commander word tags, very situational. I don't think commanders that used are very useful. High mobility is build dependent. Part trait wise, the first one is completely useless. The second one has limited use depending on your EX skill setup. If you have it on the legs, this trait may be useful. However, I don't think it's worth the overall part itself. The distribution in terms of stats on this, shot attack 3654, very low. Even with the change gear mod, because that's going to only give what, like 800 or something like that. So you're looking at 4,400 shot attack, which is less than some other suits pre-alternate. And melee attack really fares no better. So, actually, you know what? That's not true. That's not true. Melee attack on this is definitely going to be the focus. 2014 melee defense is what, 3-4? Is that 3-4? So that's going to be like 1100-ish and change. So 3100 melee attack on a head that you can get for free is not terrible, especially considering you can EX10 it relatively easily. Okay, that's pretty neat. I still don't think it's worth it. I don't think any of the non-limited parts are really worth it. Before the limited parts were out, it definitely was, like the Exia back that has power on Trans Am. However, now that we've seen the exact power that the limited and Sokai crap's going to bring when they're alternated, the O is Sokai. Is it Sokai? Really? Really? With these? I guess I kind of remember that. Wow, that immediately nukes like any value of this suit. The heck? Yeah, this is a Sokai suit that really changes the way I'm looking at this. I'm just kind of depressed. Outfighter job EX skill Pierce, not that great with technique or melee power boost. That's actually not bad. Stat wise, melee attack 27, so 3700 melee attack. Shot would push it up to 26-ish. The melee attack's not bad, but because you'd have to swap out the word tags and you'd have kind of a useless trait, not really feeling it. Not feeling it. The Onward Sokai with Banshee. Didn't Banshee come out with Unicorn? I could have swore that the Sokai Unicorn came with the Sokai Banshee, but I could be mistaken. I am known to forget things. Let's look at the O arms. Well, high mobility, melee power boost, and outfighter job, melee power boost. Oh, there we go. Stat distribution wise, wow, that is really high. That actually does push what? That's 112? 12? Yeah, 12. So that's going to be a 9-3 melee attack set of arms, which is really nice considering the traits really feed into it. So if you do have the O arms and you're really desperately looking for a quick boost of power, really inject it right into your veins, this would be a pretty good part to think about alternating. The only thing you have to do is swap out the word tags for something a little more potent, perhaps pro tag, close combat, high firepower, things like that. Do note you do need to activate high mobility to get the most out of this though, so have fun integrating that into your build. Okay. Legs. Heaven's Judgment. A+A. That's it at max, right? Yeah. 48% heal, 39% boost. Unfortunately, this loses out to Bisect, which has S power. Now, granted, you could argue that the Pierce makes it much stronger or potentially more viable. I'm going to say that power still trumps overall, so... Yeah, as far as we know, Pierce really only staggers. So, like, does he even pierce resistance? People, from what I know, I might be wrong, again. But from what I know, people that have tried testing it really haven't noticed any noticeable number differences between something with A+ Pierce and D Pierce. It scales off power in a much stronger fashion. So, You do you though, guys. High mobility, ace exclusive. Okay, ace exclusive on a part that really shines with the melee. Good choice. Stat-wise, we're looking at about 800 on that, so 2200 shot attack and about 4k melee attack. Not great, not bad, pretty okay. The EX skill is so-so. The word tags are pretty handy, especially the high mobility if you're looking to activate the trait on the arms. Beyond that, though, backpack. Backpack. How could you forget Quad was paired with Unicorn when it first came out? Right, bazookas. Look, guys, it's past midnight. I'm exhausted. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna forget a lot of crap. So, yeah, I actually forgot about the bazooka meme there. That's how bad it is right now. I am here to suffer, and you guys are here to enjoy it. I hope you're happy with yourselves. Give yourselves all just a nice old pat on the back. Okay. Stat on the backpack here, A-D. Full power here, yeah, A-D. Okay. That's not even S rank, I don't know what to say. The Sokai suit really got the shaft. Stat distribution wise, really nothing that great. I guess the melee power is, though, it's definitely melee centric. You're looking at about 4,200 melee attack or so, and about 2,200 shot attack. So very powerful backpack. Yeah. Pretty much the entirety of the O is a colossal stat stick. Problem is that it is a ton of resources to invest in turning the suit into said stat stick. I still contest you would be better off waiting until a Sokai or a limited suit that you want, you roll, and you use that to alternate. Even if you have to wait a while for the limited to come back, right, because you don't have alternation tools or something, I think you'll get a lot more mileage and better returns out of those than something like this. So, and the rifle. 8508 shot attack. When one enemy shot down, reduce cooldown by 50% once. We all know how I feel about that. And the reload speed boost. High mobility ace exclusive hasn't changed. It's okay. For an alternated beam rifle, it's okay. It should be better than okay, though. Well, all that's out of the way. Let's go look at the circuit, shall we? Exia better than Sokai. Why is it physical? We just had melee. At least make it beam. Yeah, at least meet in the middle. Like, the one benefit to this is that the Strike Noir backpack is now useful. However, the fact that it's physical means that we're probably going to see melee restrictions in the future, which kind of kill the entire point of this. Can we just get like an advanced shot one, please? Come on. Why you gotta do this? Why do you gotta be like this, Bandai? Yeah. All right. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop over to Twitter. I'm going to open the, oh, whoops, didn't mean to kill my screen. Force of habit. Gonna open the Twitter streams, and we're going to watch these new EX skills in all their glory. Now give me a second here, guys. I just need to change around the placement of some of my windows here. Hide my bookmark bar, so nobody can see the degenerate crap I get up to when I'm not streaming. Cool. Are you planning on rolling this step up? All you have to do is look at my horror chips. Should be pretty apparent if I plan on rolling from that. Answer's no. Okay. So that's the red frame. This is the Tallgeese. Is the Wallfare in here? No, it's not. Okay. So let's change over to the desktop. Bada bing, bada boom. How you guys doing? Enjoy my ugly mug. All right. There's a Haro sale. You could get more. I could, but as nice as these suits are, it ain't much but thanks. Thank you for the donation, Jen. It means a lot. Now, I could roll on this gacha, but the problem is I don't really have much of an attachment to these suits other than the pure numbers that they have. And as much as that is a reason to roll on the gacha, I still want to save. And the only reason I say that is because there are certain suits that I've seen the kits for that I like, and I would like to roll on them. But as I don't make a ton through YouTube, I want to save the money that I have made from YouTube, from you guys watching my videos and stuff like that, and from Patreon and everything, for those suits I really, really want. Like if, you know, I went back to the Kshatriya, I totally would have had a whole bunch of Haro in my pocket, you know, but for now, gotta be frugal, you know? So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch these. I'm gonna mute that because it's friggin' deafening. I don't even have it playing through to you guys anyways. So let's look at new bisect. Let me guess, it works the exact same? Who could have foreseen this? All right, so hits like a truck, beautiful. The head, it doesn't even give a cool effect, really? That's a shame. And the backpack EX. Nice. So that's what, 6 instances of damage? It's not bad. Alright, and let's look at the Tallgeese. I really want to see what that mega cannon looks like. That's the big one here. That's the big kahuna, you know? So, yeah, everyone saw that one coming. Cannon. Cutscene. Now, something to remember with that Mega Beam Cannon, I don't know if I mentioned it or not in my video. I don't think I did. But that cannon has the ability to actually just destroy like a moon base in a single shot. So all I can say is I feel really bad for whoever's on the receiving end of that shot. Yeah, your cockpit there wouldn't be much left. Okay. Well, guys, before I wrap up here, is there anything else y'all want me to look at while I'm still conscious? $1 million question. Look at the back of your eyelids. Oh man, that sounds great right now. Chat was really screwed up there for a moment. Anyways, I don't think there's physically anything else in this game I could possibly look over right now. So I think we're done here. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. I definitely will see you guys all on Sunday for the next discussion video for the upcoming whatever we get. If anything interesting happens between now and then, you can expect a video. I may begin streaming my normal nightly videos again for games, but I don't know. I'll probably wait until next week for that to really pick it up again. So anyways, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm exhausted. Peace out, guys. I'll see you later.